So now, you said you had a single that's out. Tell us that single again.
The single is I Came Up. I
Came up.
Came Up was produced by Greedy Boy Records, and it was produced by a producer named QDH, one of the
Okay.
best producers in Fayetteville.
Shout out to Kid
Shout out to
QDH.
QDH.
Okay, so now tell us a little bit about the song and how what is it touching on and what inspired it.
It's more like I'm trying to get from
Okay,
where I came from on the come up. You know what I'm saying? And being with the team that I am with, knowing that we are on the come up, I felt like it was a great song to produce, you know what I'm saying, to put out because it signifies what we're about. We're on the come up. And Greedy Boy Label is getting the name out there now. So I feel like that song was prevalent.
most definitely, most definitely. And now, you're featured on a song with Boss Greedy,
Right.
and you had the opportunity to perform it tonight. And I mean, I know that y'all been doing shows and you've been performing and everything. Was this performance different from any of the other ones
Yes.
for you? Or
Yes, it was.
and what made it different for you this time compared to some of the other times?
The vibe.
The vibe.
The vibe of the whole situation. See,
Okay.
because it was an anticipation waiting all the way up until we performed. You know what I mean? So I had loved the whole scene. It was static. You know what I'm saying? Everybody brought their own. So it was more like, you ready to go do yours now. So, because you see what the crowd is about. The crowd was into the music. So you wanted to get them into the music, like your music, like they was into everybody else's music. So you was ready just to perform. So yeah, it was nice.
Most definitely, most definitely. And how did you feel about the reception of the crowd? When you were performing up there.
That's the hype. You know, whenever you see the crowd get into your music, it make you get better into your music.
Right.
That's why people want people into they, you know what I'm saying, they song. Like they want you to stand up, come to the front. You know what I mean, because you want them, you know what I mean, to feel the music. And if they into the music the way you want them to be into it, you're going to bring that more energy and that more delivery to the crowd to make them more feel it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
I agree with you on that. Okay. Now, you said that you were influenced by people that you're around to get into music and everything. Um, is this something that you see yourself doing on a extended longevity? When I say extended, meaning 10, 20 years from now.
For me, it's no age. For me, if you love it, you love it. You know what I mean? If you can still put that energy into that music, like you first brought it out and let people hear you the first time, if you still got that kind of energy 20 years from now, then why not? You know what I mean? If you have the fan base, if you got the people still requesting it, then why not?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I probably would never stop until I couldn't breathe no more because I think it's a part of me.
Most deaf, most deaf. So, what are some of the things that keep you inspired to do music? I mean, because I'm pretty sure there's some frustrations with it.
The need to be different, the need to stand out, the need to make something that stands out from everybody. You know what I'm saying? If a lot of music today kind of do sound the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
what is it in your wordplay and your style and your beat of choice that you chose that's gonna make you stand out from 100 people?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If you spit your song amongst 100 people, can they really recognize you? That's the motivation. The motivation is to make sure that you stand out and to be different.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So now I want to ask you on the flip side of that question, what are some of the frustrations that you've come across with doing music?
Man, being a songwriter
Okay.
is hard because it's so much music out here that they're talked about so much stuff.
Right.
And how can you talk about that same situation but make it different? Make it yours.
Right.
See, a lot of people riding off what somebody else said and try to feed off that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take that same song and make it different? Make it yours. The challenge is your format. The challenge is what you're gonna talk about. The challenge is your wordplay. Like what is you gonna put on that song
Right.
to let somebody say that, you know what, boy, I feel that. Everybody not gonna feel it, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta make something that's gonna make people feel it. And if you don't drive from emotion, you're not really writing a good song.
Right. That's true. That's very true.